Hello everybody, Dennis Miller here, and I have a special gentleman with me who has a daughter that is a resident of Key Training Center, Dr. Stephen Tuzzolino. I'm going to call you Dr. T for simplicity's sake through the course of the interview, Doctor. But you have a daughter here named Francine, who is a resident of the Key Training Center, takes a lot of the training courses and whatnot. First off, tell me a little bit about your daughter, some of her background.
Francine was born in the city of New York. She has an IQ of 50, and she has been part of the special needs programs in Broward County, Indian River County, and St. Lucie County. And now we are proudly part of the Key Training Center because, in my estimation, this is the finest program that you can get for special needs children in the entire state of Florida.
How old is Francine?
56 years of age.
56 years of age. Correct. And you yourself?
I'm 82.
82. Terrific. Well, how did you come about arriving at the Key Training Center? Tell me that story. You mentioned several different places, starting with Broward County.
Yeah. The first time we ever went into a resident program with a daily activities program for children with special needs was in Broward County and in Fort Lauderdale itself. And the program was kind of good, but it wasn't really what, as a physician, I have the ability to evaluate what programs are best to meet the special needs of people who do need special needs.
Right.
And I wasn't quite satisfied, but we stayed on because we liked living in Fort Lauderdale. And she was still kind of young and still in the formative years. But as things got going and she became a little older, we saw that things were not that good. And she wasn't making progress. And I decided that we would start looking for a better program. And we had heard about the program in Fort Pierce. And we went and we were accepted to make the transfer, and we did. And we moved to Fort Pierce. And we got into a program there that, again, I felt that it wasn't adequate. And again, we started looking. By the time that Francine had gotten finished with the Fort Pierce program, she had become eligible in the special needs program that the state has, which is called Med Waiver. Now, Med Waiver provides the funds for special programs that they have in various parts of the state. I enrolled her in Fort Pierce without that program, and they accepted her on that basis. But when she became eligible for Med Waiver, I immediately moved her into the program in Vero Beach, Indian River County. And to my frustrations, to say the least, I found that their program took and did not evaluate the abilities of each child. They just thrust them into one large room, and that was it. And there was a lot of conflict, a lot of little bickering and whatnot. So again, we started looking. And I had a friend who had also a special needs child. And I say special needs because I don't like to use the word retarded, and I don't like to use the word that they associate with slow people.
Right.
So I went ahead and I heard about the program that they had in Marion County, and I went up there. It was a nice program, but I had I think it was at least a 3 to 4 year wait to get her into it. And they told me there, why don't I go down to the Key in Citrus County? And I did. And the moment I came to Citrus County, the Lecanto campus, I fell in love with the place. It's such a beautiful place that it made me see that the program that they had is what I was finally going to get for my daughter. And the sign that said, you know, love, dignity, respect, and the other one,
kindness.
Yeah, and kindness, just made me feel that this was people that cared. And they do care here, I'm going to tell you. We've been here 2.5 years. And I cannot say the best words are, it's the most fabulous center for special needs children in the entire state of Florida, in my estimation.
In your situation, what is the special thing for you about the Key Center that stands out now at this point in life?
Well, the Key is also, in addition to providing physical help, mental help, they provide home services, group home services, of which my daughter is now going into it. As a matter of fact, I sold my home in Crystal Glen to the Key Center. Lost quite a bit of money on it, I'm going to say. But it was for the cause. And they are opening the center up, the group home, next Monday. My daughter is going back into her old home in Crystal Glen for maintenance and care in a group home.
Terrific.
Yeah.
So you can be assured that she will be living in an environment that she's very used to,
Right.
and being taken well care of.
Right, and they do take good care of them.
Okay. Have you seen some improvements in her, in some of her behaviors and activities since she has come to the Key Center?
I have been able to evaluate her from a professional point of view, and I think that this place is a godsend because she has a complete personality change. In addition to the alternative medications that I give her to stimulate memory and whatnot, which she is responding to, I know that her IQ is much better than what she was born with. And you can ask anyone in the workshop, they all love her, they all respect her, and they all treat her like she's making progress. And it makes me, give me such a warm feeling that she is being so gracefully treated here. It's just amazing, the difference that compared to what she was being taken care of down south. Plus, they don't only end at the end of the day. They have all kinds of social activities to interact with other people. They go to church dinners. My daughter just went to a church dinner, and she raved. She said, "I had a terrific time, Daddy." So not only that, they have dances here, they have parties. The FFRA, which is an association of friends and families of retarded adults, we just had a mass birthday party last Sunday for all the kids whose parents are members of FFRA. So it's so warming to be with your own peers and be with other people who have similar problems that it makes you want to just evolve. And then the Key has dances in the Chet Cole Environment Center. They have dances there 3-4 times a year. There's been other parts of people that have had dances. They don't neglect the social aspect of life. They don't expect the part to teach them to do some kind of training and maybe possibly get into the community and work. So the whole program here is so well planned that they are doing a service that nowhere else have I ever seen it.
Now, if you were talking to a parent right now,
yes,
with a special needs child, what would you say to them to encourage them to get involved here at the Key Training Center?
Well, if you can't possibly move to the area and become a client of the center, I would suggest that you send representatives from the ARC group that you're involved with in other counties and try to emulate what we have here. It's unbelievable. Your children will benefit from it. You will benefit it because you'll see a child blooming into as close to normal possible. That is what we all try to strive for. Let them be accepted in the community. Let them be able to be themselves and develop to be within normal limits.
Right. I think one of the interesting things that you mentioned was not only does the Key Training Center provide for her needs, but socially, you're able to get with other parents of these special needs children and compare notes, right?
Right, absolutely. It's like one big family here.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
And that is so important because when we were in the programs down south, we never met parents. We never did anything with anybody. It just, here's my child, comes 3 o'clock, they bring him home. But here there's interaction with other parents. You get to socialize with them, you get to talk to them, you discuss little things in comparison to what their child has, what your child has, and what their both needs are. And it gives you a feeling, as I said before, of family who care. And that is so important, to have people around you that care. And I want to say one other thing. Citrus County is a fabulous place because they care.
They care, they really do. People support other people. I know that you want to, before we conclude the interview, say one more thing about people can get out and support the Key Training Center through our many businesses that we have out there.
We know these are bad times because people are either not working or they're not, and money's tight. But the Key has been reduced by the state of Florida by lots of money. And in order to continue this program, we need money. Unfortunately, we have to ask people who may be in dire need themselves. But I feel this way. If you go to the thrift shop, and maybe because you need something in the thrift shop, God, if you buy a $2 item, give them an extra 50 cents. That may help because those 50 cents will mount and they will help the Key. If you can give more, a blessing, and God will bless you for it.
Terrific. Dr. T, thank you so much for joining us on the show today.
It's been my pleasure, and I hope the people who watch this will continue their marvelous support of the Key.
All right. We've been talking with Dr. Stephen Tuzzolino, and we're very glad to have you here and your daughter Francine as well. And now back to the telethon.